I'm basically done. Okay. I am here. No, actually, quark and cereal. So, yeah, I have no idea. But I guess like a bit more protein. That's the idea behind the quark thing. Yeah. So, hello everybody. And hello Malik, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here already. I don't need to start alone. As you might notice, I have a new chair. Well, technically it's not my chair. I can only use it today, sadly. But yeah, it's the new chair of Zach. Because as you might have sort of like seen in the last stream, like, or actually no, that wasn't in the last stream. That was when I was playing like League with Fluffy, yeah. But yeah, like Zach literally broke his chair. Like not only like actually like breaking the chair, because that would require strength, right? But like the seating cover, it was one of those like IKEA chairs which just has like a very tightly sort of like a, so it's not like an actual like, I don't know, like pillow you sit on, but it's more like a like one layer of fabric which is like really tightly wrapped around the like metal frame, and then you sort of like sit on this, and yeah, it ripped. So but we actually got our money back. It was so insane. Like we this chair had like 3 years of like warranty from IKEA, and we were like, let me actually check, 1 week before the warranty would have like been done. So yesterday, like sort of like right when it happened, or like the day after, I think, we went to IKEA and we were able to get the entire money back. Really cool. And then Zach bought a new chair for him. And this is the one. And I really like it. Really jealous. I'm gonna steal that chair whenever I can. Hi Pyro, welcome. You don't want to be at work? How long do you still have to go, White Milk? Are you like right now having like your like a break or something? My phone is like nearly dying, but I don't think I have any like cable here. You had an oral exam French today. It went awful. Oh no. How awful are we talking, Pyro? Like, are you gonna like pass? Is there something like passing in the like level in your school you're in right now? Or can you actually like get the worst grades and then like it's only the overall grade which counts? So like in essence, how bad is it? How bad are the consequences if it's bad? There's a chance, but I'm looking at like 8 out of 15 at best or so. Well, 8 out of 15, still decent now. Like maybe not like for your standards, right? But it's like not a grade which is sort of like denying you future options, I think. So, but yeah, let's hope it's more like at best. and doesn't pass the there's still like if you have the 15-point system, it's the same system as in Germany, I think. But let me check that with you real quick, because in Germany we had like a rule that if you get like 5 points is the minimum grade to like technically like pass, and anything below 5 points is a grade where like if you get it on your like overall grade, or like if you get it on like a specific amount of tests, then it's actually sort of like bad, because it's technically a failing grade. But is that the same in Belgium or no? Oh, sorry, I just left my glasses somewhere. But the seat is too comfy, I'm not gonna get up. I don't even understand my own point system. Okay, well, anyways then. Okay, but at least, like, let's just hope for the best. But it doesn't seem like there is, like, too harsh of a consequence, I guess. Well, I'm really, like, I'm only sitting in this chair for, like, 10 minutes now, but it's really, like, it's a lounging chair. I'm, like, you can sit, like, so not straight in this chair. And the coolest thing is, it has space for you to, like, to do this, because the things here are like not as far to the front, and it's rolling really well, which is also really cool. Yeah, I'm obsessed. It has fancy new shine. Welcome back, White Milk. I wanted to ask actually if you have a break right now, White Milk, or like how I just like watching while working. And why is work like so like especially bad today? Was there anything like specific happening, or is it just shit day? The most annoying part of today is that I didn't get to say how much today, only in the morning before she had to go to her exam. Normally every time after the exam we just sit together until we gotta leave. Aw. But today there was no like time, classes didn't like line up or something? Ah. Because exams, yeah, they take longer. Oh. I mean, if you like had to catch your bus, then you're already at home, right? Like you're already done with school and stuff. Like maybe you can see each other after school? No? Or is there no time for that today? But yeah, at the beginning of a new relationship, being apart is hard. Okay, you just got on your bus. Well, I mean, still later, right? Like you could meet up again, or no? Hmm. Oh, that's always annoying. I like, so when my family moved, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but essentially, like, when I was living back in Germany with my mum, it's at some point she moved towns, and I had to also move my school. So I was like for half a year. So I switched within the year, and then I had half a year left in that other school, and I hated that other school. To be fair though, I just honestly hated everything about it. Not only the other school, but I just hated the whole situation because I didn't want to like leave my friends, right? So I was definitely not trying to enjoy that other school. Like, I think I honestly could have been like very fine. Like, my grades were actually the best at that other school. But I just looked for any reason to hate it, genuinely. Um, and then after that, like half year, I went back to my normal school, which meant that I had to take a bus, which was very like multiple buses, but the connection I was taking was very rare. Oh, some fireworks outside. Um, but it was like there was like three, I think, on the entire day. So I had like one in the morning, but it was like too early. It arrived too early, like half an hour early or something even. And it started like I had to actually catch the bus at like 6 o'clock. So I had to get up before six. Um, and then I was in that bus for like 1 hour and a half or something. Then I arrived at the school. I had to wait. Then school was happening, and then I had like one bus at like normal school end, and then one after like 4 extra hours of school. So like the like the most essentially. But with the last one, it was so shitty because it was actually like it wasn't like perfectly fitting that end of school. So the teachers, like I always had to beg for the teachers to let me out like 10 minutes earlier because it wasn't even like going to school, but it was only halting at university. So I had to like run from school to university and catch that bus. And it was literally leaving like 2 minutes after I could leave class, like usually. So, and this was like I don't know, like 2 kilometers or something away where the bus was leaving. So I had to like always get out earlier and otherwise I wouldn't make it. And I still had to run. And sometimes I still didn't make it because it was like coming a little bit too early and stuff like this. Um, so with only having these two buses, it was really, really shit. And essentially at the point I was like together with Zach because he was living like in that town, like sort of close by. I don't know, like every time I missed the bus, I just stayed at his place. They were like, so I was low-key moving in with them at some point. But yeah, that was sort of like how I handled that whole thing because I don't know, it's really, really shitty. But what I also know now is that, but sadly we didn't really know that back then. But now that my sister's actually also going to school, which is a bit further away, my mum found out that there's actually sort of like an official meeting from the city to plan the school buses for next year, where you can like attend or like request something or some shit or something like this. So now she's like always trying to like get them like good school buses and stuff like this and sort of like active on that. Um, so I don't know, like if that's something in your city, like your city might have that as well, might be worth looking into sort of like begging your parents to get into that and make known the opinion that the school buses are shit and when they would need to be good. But yeah. But it takes a lot. Like, how long is your bus, by the way, Pyro? Drinking? Yes. You too, white milk. And everybody else, stay hydrated. Just the day has been exhausting. I see. Do you have like, you say like you don't know why. Has there been like, I don't know, has it maybe not been anything on this day, but like in the past days? Because sometimes like exhaustion levels like really like just carry on from like the day before. I mean, but at the same time, for you, it's like probably hard to tell if it's coming from sleep or something else, no? Because of the insomnia. No! Of course, in the moment, I literally talk to White Milk. Yeah, he gets stream lags. Sad. Like half an hour? And there's only like, and all the, like, the bus schedules are so shit and you only have one bus. Why though? Like, so it's not even that far away. What the hell? Like, there was a reason, at least for my bus to be like rare, because it was like 1.5 hours away. But like, what the hell? You're back? Nice. Um, what was I saying? So first of all, hydrate. And then the second thing I was saying is if your exhaustion levels have maybe carried on from yesterday. But then I also was like, probably it's hard for you to tell if it's coming from like insomnia or just other things, right? Or at least that's what I could imagine. Hmm. Do you know of anybody in your school, Pyro, who's actually like, do other people like it as well? Probably, right? Because sometimes, or essentially in my school, there was always this one person being like coming from sort of like a bureaucracy family, seeing something like this, being really pissed off, and then actually like collecting signatures or like writing them like an angry email or something like this, or like somehow being in the talk about this. If you have one of those people at your school, it would be maybe worth a try actually to get into it and, you know, like try to help them, to support them, like sign, tell other people about it, copy their email, write it to, stuff like this. Because like shit like this actually works. Like on normal city level, like literally like voicing your concerns works. More times than not. I literally had like, I once, while in university, I wrote one email, and because of my email, because I wrote it like, I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't chill about any of this. I wrote it to the government. I didn't text my university or anything. I wrote it to the government. And then my university had to change stuff because they were essentially going against the law. And then my university sent out like a really angry email being sort of like, I don't know which bitch like was telling on us, but like you would have needed to like talk to us next time. Where I was like, bro, like we literally like, you know, we're not happy about this. Like, don't try to be like, oh, like you could have just talked to us. Like normally when we talk to you, like nothing happens. You just say like, suck it up, whatever. So that was actually really funny because it was literally one email and they got an angry letter from the government, which, and then had to replan their whole like exam schedule. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like sometimes these angry letters work. And like cities especially, like I don't know. I think it might actually be worth just finding out that email and then telling everybody of your friends who's like pissed about these buses to send an email. It doesn't need to be a long email. It doesn't need to be a polite email. It doesn't even need to be like a really like formal email or anything. But if they get like, I don't know, like 20 emails from like just students being like, what the fuck is this bus system? It's so freaking bad. I had like this, and this time where I literally just didn't get home. Or where I had to like leave the class early or something and didn't get the education I need, then like things change. But there needs to be complaints. Like they, like in our system, the inherent flaw of our system is that we don't seek out information about like if like measures work or not really well. Like especially like politicians, they like do something, they're happy with it, and they don't really want to even seek out other opinions about this because they don't want to put more effort in or change anything else about it. So we need complaints. Like complaints are a very, very important factor of our system. So complain to them. Like let them know that you're unhappy with this. Really do. Like You might actually just like, even with one email, you might just change it, you know? Like, if it's a good email. But yeah, you can also just rely on mass, like tell your friends, and then like 20 shitty emails will do too. Hmm. The white milk, I read in a Discord about your ADHD medication. You sort of just like stopped when you were 6 or something. What was like, how did that work? Like, I don't really understand how they were like, you don't need that medication anymore. Because that's not really something like how I sort of like understand ADHD. Because like you either have it or you don't. Like and especially with a kid which is like 6. And now like the only thing I understand why you would get off of medication is if the side effects are not worth it. But yeah, really confused when you like how you explained that. Hi Panas, welcome. How you doing, Pandas? Honestly, all they gotta do is let the bus come 5 minutes late on half days. But for me, it doesn't matter as I walk quick enough. Well, I mean, still, just make that complaint. You know, you can literally also just be like, like buses so far like okay-ish, but like this one, please 5 minutes later. There's like so many people who literally don't get it or like have to run for it. And you can also just like, I don't know, you can also just wish for actually like, can you make another bus after school, which is just like 1 or 2 hours later for when you still want to like stay a bit with your friends after school and then like go home a little bit later. Like, you know, like they can only do whatever they know of. So it's not really like, you don't even need to be like angry. Like I just like assumed you were angry with this, but like you don't need to write an angry letter. Like you can also just be like, hey, I really would like an extra bus if that's okay. And I don't know, like usually like it's honestly it's something where like even I notice like sort of as like a streamer and like I do realize I'm a small streamer and stuff, but even in the moments where I was like bigger, getting feedback on what is good and what is not is actually really hard. Like I had and was using sort of actively like a Google sheet where people could like essentially just like leave their opinions. And not only leave their opinions, but like wish for something, like ask me to like make a special format, stuff like this. The amount of feedback I got from that was single digits. It's like really, really hard to get proper feedback on what people want and what people don't want. I mean, maybe they don't want to save. Maybe they just feel like, oh, this seems like a better system, you know? But yeah, like they need feedback. Like without feedback, nobody's able to make like a really good system. Everybody's just like you just essentially you assume a bunch of stuff about other people and then you just guess in the blue and hope it's right. Like that's as far as they can go. But if you give them opinion, like any opinion at all, it's always going to be helpful for them. That's why I'm saying it literally like it doesn't even matter if it's like polite or not. Like it's always gonna help them. I had terrible ADHD. I do now. What? I had terrible ADHD? I do now. Okay. But I can control. I do now, but I can't. Okay. Anyways, but I can control it one day. That was called and said that we should come over. And when we came there, he started talking to me, asking all kind of questions, and then said to my dad, "We think I shouldn't use them anymore." I think he said the reason, but my dad doesn't remember anymore. Ah. I had the ADHD speed attacks, whatever, since everything goes so fast and I have to start doing everything fast and move. They were way more bad when I was younger. Well, I mean, you know, like ADHD can actually like make you sleep worse. Like that's a thing, right? It's fine, White Mark. I sort of like try to understand, at least. But I mean, you can still get back on medication. I feel like you should talk to a doctor. Like this could have something to do with your insomnia. For sure. Not sure I don't sleep. Huh? I don't know how this relates directly to what was that the answer? Have I told you yet there's been decided a date, my first one ever? No, you haven't. Okay. What type of date is it gonna be? Yeah, I'll go there soon. I'm so glad. Honestly, Weinberg, I'm really glad. Like you at the beginning, I forget always, write it down. Write it down. Like honestly, that's I don't know how sorry, I need to get a little bit higher. I'm not sure how you sort of like learned about ADHD, but if you have ADHD with the meds, of course, it's like gonna be like way better and stuff like this. But a thing which every person needs to be doing, and is, for example, especially a thing you do if you're autistic, but definitely I can also recommend it to people who have ADHD, is really adjust to what you can do good and what you can't do good. Like if you know of yourself that you always forget shit and you literally just can't remember, make a system where you don't need to remember and where you can forget shit but still be successful. Like, I don't know, like I literally like make reminders of my phone for like everything because I know I'm like always late. So I have multiple reminders to actually go, and I always have extra time I plan in. So I am always overestimating on anything, but that makes me like be on time. And it's something which is just, I don't know, like trying to just be on time for me would essentially mean getting a better perception of time, which is something it's like that's hard to build, you know what I mean? So having this system is just like it's making me succeed, and it's accepting the yeah how my mind works and stuff like this. And I can only recommend that. Like, don't try to just be better at like reminding. Like, I think we should always like try and train it sometimes, but on things where it's just like you want to succeed, have a safe system where you know like this will work, you know? Oh, sorry, I didn't really ask, did your sleep get worse? I said your sleep could get worse from ADHD because ADHD is connected to that. So I I know you don't really sleep, like you wouldn't know, you know, like there's no you can't really. But I'm just saying like there is a good chance that ADHD meds could improve your sleep. I can't check them in exams with the notes. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why ADHD and autism are things where you, at some points, you just get help from the system because you don't fit into the system really well. But yeah, like in exams, if there's like, it's one of those situations where, yeah, you do need to like train to remember like all of the things and like know all of the things. But you don't need to have an exam if you go to a doctor. You just write it on paper and use that. And later on in university, you will also be able to take papers into your exams. So just do whatever you can while you can, you know? Like if you, I mean, it's your decision, but if you want to succeed on something, make sure that you do. Because it's just, I don't know, it's not really a good argument, right? To be like, well, there's other topics where I can't succeed with this strategy and that's why I shouldn't do it. Like it's still like it's so you don't want to succeed like anywhere, but like you like are we gonna put away a good strategy just because it doesn't work in every context because of society? Hmm. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I'm not telling him to cheat, by the way. Just get the grades you deserve, that's it. Oh, I don't agree with that statement, because that statement implies that he doesn't deserve better grades, while having troubles remembering and being all over the place is just a symptom of ADHD. It's not really representing, like, it's the way our tests are made, that they represent more skill sets than they sort of like should be grading. Like if we have a math test, the math test is not only testing us on math, but it's testing us on math in the circumstance of that math test. So, but we're still talking about the doctor. If you go to the doctor appointment, write down what you want help with. She has to go to a museum, so she invited me along, and after the museum visit, we're just gonna spend some more time together in the area. Oh, nice. 90% certain the first kiss will fall that day. Just, I think, I don't know, just let it. I feel like dates like these are best if you're not overflown by expectations. Just let the day come, enjoy it, and if there's a moment where you feel like, okay, this is perfect, then of course. But it can, like, expectations can also put a lot of pressure on situations. So just be aware that you don't, I don't know, because of the pressure, sort of like not be able to enjoy it. And make sure you have consent. Consent is sexy, okay? So make sure you have it. Grades don't represent what you deserve. It represents how much you have understanding of that particular subject. I also don't agree. As I said, it's like, it's not testing math. It's testing math in specific circumstances. So, yeah. I just have to contact, and I don't know, it can take some months to get a place. Definitely just write it down and get that ADHD checked with the doctor again. And make sure you don't forget about that any way possible. And I mean, once you have that ADHD checked and you get those ADHD medications, you probably should be better, like have an easier time also performing in tests. So I really don't know why we got to tests, actually. This didn't matter to the subject at all. But anyways. Yeah. Are you excited, Pyro? See ya, White Milk. See ya. But Struda, how are you doing? That's a protein shake. Coffee, yeah. So that's that. It's like back in the days, I really liked it, and now I just, it's like, okay, I guess. But we actually ordered new protein from this really, really nice brand, actually. It was expensive, don't get me wrong. Um, we're spending a lot of money in the last past months. I don't know, like coming up to Christmas, I feel like we're getting more generous with our expenses. It's like not at like any type of like concerning point or anything. Like, don't get me wrong, like don't be worried about us. But it's just at a point where I'm like the entire year we've been like so I don't know, we like didn't spend money on anything really. And now Christmas is coming up and we're like, okay, actually let's get a 3D printer. Actually, let's like get this like AMS system. Oh, let's get a dry box for this one too. Oh, let's actually get like the resin dice I make. Let's get like a new pressure pot. Actually, let's get like good protein stuff like this. So it's really like there's some things coming together here. And Zach doesn't get like his like Christmas bonus this time, sadly, because the company hasn't been doing good. Yeah. Just finished your internship. What type of internship was it? And nice. Did the internship sort of like show you that you like really like this and you're like in the right studies and like this could be a job like you want to do? Or was it more like, okay, so my job here is shit, but that other job I see, actually, that's the job I want. Do you feel worth it spending on that same chocolate flavored protein shake, but just expensive? Well, like, I don't know, I've never done that, so I can't actually say if that would be worth it. Like, I feel like the difference between the cheap protein shake and the expensive one should be, if it's a good expensive one and not just expensive for nothing, right? But if it's like a high quality one and that's why it's expensive, it should be like way better, like solvable in any type of liquid, like water or milk, and it should taste better because like cheap protein shake tastes really shit. Like a lot of the times it's way too sweet because there's so much fucking sweetener in it, because they just feel like, oh no, like fitness people don't eat any sweets, and that's why we need to give them like triple the amount of sweetener than normal people, even though they're not like used to sweet stuff at all. I really don't get that thinking, but anyways, and then usually just the flavor is like also not really like chocolate, right? But it's just, I don't know, very, very artificial flavor in cheap ones. And I don't know, just because I'm like really sensitive to sort of like taste and stuff like this, and I don't really have like I don't really feel like hungry or anything, so I need like appetite to eat anything or stuff like this. I can literally get the feeling that I have to throw up if I taste something bad. And I'm saying bad with this is not super, super bad, right? I'm sensitive. So if I have like a protein shake which doesn't taste like this is the first protein shake, let's just put it like this. This is the first protein shake flavor where I was able to drink it every day without having to throw up at some point. That's all I'm saying. And I tried a lot. We got testers from a lot of different brands for a lot of different tastes. This is the first time, like, one I didn't have to throw up after, like, using it every day. But even this one is, like, still, it's, like, sort of getting to the point where I have to throw up. So it's not, I don't really like it. But what we now ordered from is, and that's a really cool protein brand, actually. For better or for worse, they do not have regular tastes. Their protein is, let me check. They're just like, they're called like 𝔹𝕃, the brand we ordered from. They're more expensive than this one. This would be the ESN caramel protein shake, whatever. And yeah, now we ordered 𝔹𝕃 one, and this one is it's made in Germany. And do I find more information here again? I don't know, it just has like really nice flavors. Like we had it once We had two different tastes once at the beginning when we got into it, and it has really nice flavors, and it's really like easy mixable. The flavors are, for example, oh, how do you even say that? So like iced coffee, of course, peanut butter. Do you know what milk rice is? Is that a thing? Milk rice, cinnamon, orange maracuja, pistachio, chocolate banana, summer fruits, speculoos, speculators, Christmas spice cookies from Europe, vanilla ice cream, apple, apple dessert thing from Germany, Apfelstrudel, butter cookie, buttermilk lemon drop, cocos and cream, cinnamon buns, I think, hazelnut, salty caramel, white chocolate, coconuts. How do you say that one? What the fuck? Peach, Jesus Christ, peach yogurt and stuff like this. At some point, they had really, really funny tastes. I don't see that anymore. Sadly. I don't see that anymore. At some point, they literally had tastes like, they had like a lot of tastes actually. I know that's not really the good way. Because suppressing emotions. Which were like, well, I haven't seen my parents in 7 years. Is where the hell is sound coming from? They had tastes like unicorn, rainbow unicorn. That I think one like back in the day they had something like a taste which was like called MILF. They also had a taste called they had like so many ones where you just like don't know what it's gonna taste like. But which just had a really funny name. And yeah, like we once had the like rainbow unicorn one, and essentially it was sort of like a cake type taste, with rainbow sprinkles. And yeah, so that's sort of like, so that's the brand we ordered from. We ordered a bunch of different tastes now. And yeah, like they're, I don't know, they taste actually like pretty, like these proteins of them are like the best tasting ones I had. Genuinely. Like I didn't have another brand where even the like really ridiculous names were actually like really decently tasting. Like they don't taste like really sweet, they don't taste like artificial sweetener all the way, they don't taste like artificial just flavor entirely. They usually taste like really decent on all their different tastes. So we ordered a bunch of them. You will hear from me which one I like, or if it's still that way. Yeah. Hi, Joy Fluid. Welcome, welcome. Oh, true. Yeah. Happy Advent. Yeah. Rice pudding according to Google. Ah, I see. Wow. And hi, Naradim. How are you doing? Hi, Irfan. Welcome, welcome. Damn, like everybody was coming here when I was talking about protein and trying to look up what taste they had. Oh. Have you ever tried clear whey protein? Clear? What do you mean clear? Like neutral taste? Or do you mean one which is like solvable in water? Yeah, I just find the one which is solvable in water. Yeah, I tried it. I actually had one, I think from ESN. We actually, so we got like a bunch of like trial packages from like the ESN tests. A lot of them are hella disgusting. I think the clear proteins are also disgusting. The sweetener in them is crazy. So, finally tomorrow's the day. For you too, by the way? Or do you only mean for me? And GeForce, how are you doing, by the way? Welcome, welcome. The rainbow unicorn to do with mental health? Well, with protein, I guess, and like getting all the nutrients you want or something. Yeah. Peach yogurt. We actually ordered that one. I hope it's gonna be like nice, but we'll see. Why does that taste so chalky? The like clear protein. Yeah, that too. Like, I don't know. But I mean, it's like putting protein in something like water, like a lemonade. It's just hard to do, I think. But yeah, it wouldn't actually need to be that way. Like, a lot of them are actually, I feel like, not that bad if they just wouldn't have as much of sweetener as they do. I feel like, honestly, like, that's the only problem I have with the proteins from, like, ESN. They just put a bunch of sweetener in them. They're just literally too sweet. And that ruins the entire taste because then you also like really have this like really heavy like sweetener aftertaste in your mouth and I can't stand it. I literally can't. So like honestly like this like the coffee one, even though I don't drink coffee usually, is the only one which is sort of okay because this is not insanely sweet. Like this is regular amount of sweet. But at some point I literally tried like green tea honey where I thought like okay, green tea is bitter. Okay? So like they can't like this can't be that sweet, right? Like green tea honey, it's like if you would have green tea honey, it's like yeah, it's a little bit sweet, but like, you know, it's still a green tea. No, it was like you couldn't even taste the green tea. It was like all sweetener. Yeah. For you as well? Hmm. You met with the group yesterday? Oh, and you were able to like sort of like set a day with her where she has time and where you can like talk everything out? And that's gonna be tomorrow? Nice pandas. What color is it? GeForce. I'm doing so, lying on bed, watching Twitch. Hmm. Is it just sort of like, does it have to do with any like med changes? Like medicine changes? Or is it just still like the meds you have right now? Because you said they were like so much better, right? But that it just has to do with like your mental health. Hmm. Deep bread is nice. Hi, Grumpy. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Is it first day yet? It's like, what is our intro? Is it Monday or Thursday? So non-epic. My partner also joined the group and she didn't bring the meetup talk this time. I thought she will text me after, but she didn't. Remember I told you that she said she will let me know next week. Yeah. So why is tomorrow the day then? What is happening tomorrow? Grumpy? What? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what did she say? Or did she already like answer you, Irfan, even? Yes, I'm doing better with lower medicines, but I'm still often tired or have lack of energy. But the dosage will be further reduced in the near future. And then sort of we hope this is getting like less and less and less, right? And you get like more energy back. Like that's sort of the plan of the whole thing, right, GeForce? Do you know when the next sort of like step down is coming of the medicine? So when can you like hope for like further progress to? Oh, you have Friday off? Nice. I really, by the way, I still really don't know what to do with the last message, Grumpy, with those post-hump day. Like, are you trying to tell me what you're trying to tell me? Like, is this non-ironic, non-sarcastic? Today's yellow holiday. Oh, jeez, I took so long to understand that. Wow. So you're sick, is what you're trying to say? Because that's the yellow letter? Yeah, okay. I'm with you now. Oh, jeez. No, it's known for Wednesday to be called a hump day. It's a reference to one day before last day of the weekend. Why? Where's the... Huh? I do not understand. Texted her, hey, I just wanted to ask about the meetup we talked about. I know you're busy, and I completely understand that. I just wanted to know if it is still possible to meet. And if not, that's okay too. Just let me know, so I'm not waiting on my side. No pressure at all. Just wanted to know. You're really, really trying to be as sort of polite about this as possible. The effort shows. So I'm glad she's gonna give you a positive answer. So what if she's gonna say like she doesn't have time to meet? Or it's still like gonna take a while? What do you want to do then, Irfan? In Germany, they would say Bergfest for this. What the fuck? Why? Why? I don't understand. I just don't. Can somebody explain this to me? Why do you call Wednesday Bergfest or Hump Day? What does it have to do with it being the second to last day of the week? But why do you call it Hump Day then? Like, what does hump mean? Like, in that context, what does it describe? It's fine, Grumpy. Like, if you have to focus on a meeting, just do. We know IL goes first. I don't expect I will fully recover, that I can do what I would like to do in my life. I'm really happy despite their shortcomings. I just accept. Oh, wait. I need to scroll up. I just accept how it is right now, and any improvements are welcome, with hopefully I stay stable. That's hard. That's tough. I mean, in a weird way, right? A lot of us won't be able to do all of the things we like to do in life. For easier reasons than, or harder reasons, and doesn't really matter too much, right? I think everybody can relate how hard it is to sort of have a vision of how you would like it to be, and then having to sort of adjust that. But one thing is sort of like, I took away from therapy, and it was actually sort of surprising to me, is that finding the next best thing is actually a really common thing in life and a really good thing we do. And we have that with kids, for example. Like, I don't know, like they want something, they're not able to get it, and they might like be disappointed, but if you have a kid which is like actually like really good with like emotional regulation, they just gonna sort of like focus of what they can still do for themselves. Like they won't focus on like what they have lost too much. Like they will sort of like see that and they will be disappointed, but they will sort of like, I guess, like overcome it with focusing on the thing which they can still do, and they can still find happiness in. And they can actually come back from that situation happy, like if it worked. Like they could have not been able to get that like thing they wanted, but by sort of focusing on this next best thing, instantly sort of like forgetting and like being over the disappointment of not getting the thing they wanted, and then come back from this to us being entirely happy with the whole situation. And I thought back then, I sort of like, I don't know, I really don't know why, but I really had this mindset that this would be sort of just, I don't know, like gaslighting yourself or something like this. Like I didn't like, I thought like, oh, like this would just like, you just like suppress that emotion and then like got that. And I didn't see it in like a positive light at all, actually. But yeah, this is something where it's like, it's apparently something entirely normal to do at some points in life. And you can find the same happiness with your alternative plans than with your sort of like fast plans, if that gives you sort of any hope. Because that's, I don't know, sort of what it did for me. Like it really gave me hope that, okay, well, I maybe won't be able to have like this and that, like that life, which I imagined of like this entirely healthy person with like no mental health problems at all. But the alternative I find myself, and the next best thing I can offer myself, doesn't need to be worse, even if we call it next best thing. Like it can make me just as happy, actually. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't like this like agreeing to focus on what works instead of what doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't need to be about like, because this can be about suppressing emotions of disappointment from like about what didn't work. But it can really also just be like already being excited for the next thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess it's like a little bit of a like complicated situations because children are like so much quicker with this, right? Like children are like, I really want ice cream, and then they're like, I don't know, like ice cream is going down, they're like, then I want chips. And then they're like, oh my god, I get chips, amazing. And you could literally probably even like ask them like, oh, like did you ever want ice cream, or like even like still get ice cream, and then like, oh, do you also want ice cream? And they would probably sit on the couch with their chips and be like, nah, I'm happy with the chips now, actually. Don't want ice cream anymore. So it's, I don't know, it's really like this story for me is really about how something like not getting what you want can actually be like, I don't know, like such a, I don't know, I feel like since I've been sort of like in teenage years and life has become, I guess, harder, I always thought at the
ねえ、水木くん。
なーに、あゆみちゃん。
今日、私何か違くない？
どれどれ。
前髪、いつもより5ミリ短く切っちゃった。水木くん気づいてくれるかな？
前髪いつもより短く切った？めっちゃ可愛い。
当たり！気づいてくれて嬉しい。
俺、ホストの水木こと三山徹には秘密が2つある。1つは、目を合わせると相手の心が読めること。もう1つは、水木さん単発にしてる。頭の形が綺麗すぎて最高。最近人気沸騰中のモデル氷川瑞希のオタクであること。9エッグレーベル渚エイジ原作、歌舞伎町バッドトリップ。なんで水木さんのオタクであることが心を読めることと同じくらいの秘密なのかと聞かれたら、まあ仕事柄ゲイと誤解されるのがまずいからだ。はぁ、日に日に成長する水木さんを見ると3年前佐賀から上京した時を思い出すな。人の心を読むのはかなり疲れるが、この能力は何事にも変え難いほど役に立つ。へその緒が切れた瞬間から物事を真剣に考えて生きたことがない俺が、この能力で何とか金を稼げないかと考えていると。
お前、ホストやってみない？バカすか稼げんぞ。
立派なホストになってみせます。実際、この能力が恐ろしいほど役立って、気づけば歌舞伎町で知らない人はいない人気ホストになっていた。そして。
じゃ、メンズファッション誌とか参考にして、みんなに整えて。
このモデルいいな。氷川瑞希？
ホスト名も決めなきゃな。
じゃあ、水木にします。たまたま開いた雑誌に、エロ可愛い写真が載ってたことで、水木さんのオタクになったはいいけど、彼にどっぷりハマった今は、源氏名を水木にしたことを後悔している。名前がきっかけで話を振られたりするからだ。
ねえねえ、氷川瑞希って知ってる？
何？食べ物か何か？と、存在すら知らないふりをし、噂が流れないよう、新宿近辺で雑誌を買うこともなくなった。なんか今日は暑いな。こんな日に雑誌を買いに隣町までって、まあ、しょうがないか。お願いします。
580円になります。ありがとうございました。
ごめんなさい。氷川瑞希じゃね？マジ？本物？
ごめんなさい。俺が前を見てませんでした。怪我してないですか？
はい。
くそ、暑くて死にそう。マネージャーからは連絡もないし、何時に赤坂に行けばいいんだよ。腹立つ。暑い暑い暑い。
目があって、水木さんの考えが読める。
立てます？手、どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。半端ない。水木さんの手に触れるなんて、どうしてこんな奇跡が。あれ？水木さんだ。なんで道端にいたって。タクシー待ちか？ここあんま捕まんないんだよな。大丈夫かな？やっぱり、今日暑いし、外でずっと立ってたら熱中症になっちゃう。ここタクシーあんま止まんないんですよ。よかったら乗っていきますか？
赤坂に行くんですが。
偶然ですね。俺も赤坂に行くんですよ。嘘だけど。
涼しい。 おかげさまで助かりました。名前は？
三山徹です。
三山さんか。俺のことは知ってるかな？
このタイミングでオタクがバレたら、ストーカーだと誤解される。そう。まさか芸能人ですか？俺あんま詳しくなくて。
知ってるかと思いました。だからこんなに親切にしてくれたのかと。ちなみに後部座席にある雑誌の表紙、俺ですよ。
これは、そうだ、友達に頼まれて、美穂っていう子が俺をやたらこき使うんですよ。
へえ。まあ、今から知ってくれたらいいよ。俺は氷川瑞希です。
今から知ればいいって、これからも付き合ってく前提ってことか？
三山さんは、ガードがかなり緩い方みたいですね。初めて会った人を車に乗せるのもそうだし、なんか誰からでも好かれそうだし。
そんなことないです。
芸能界にスカウトされたりしない？
いや、どうも、俺は全然興味なくて。
イケメンなのに。ほら、髪上げたらすごくいい。スタイルもいいし、残念だな。
あれは一体どういう意味だったんだろう。上がっちゃって心読む暇もなかった。からかわれたのか？でも、今度お礼したいって向こうから連絡先交換してくれたし、もしかしたら。
おーい、水木くん？水木くん？
何？
今聞いてた？
ごめん、ゆかちゃん、もう一回言って。
水木くんは男にも人気があるって話。ハルくんに冗談で男と付き合えるか聞いてみたら、水木なら一回くらいはやってみたいって言ってた。
一回やってみたいか。他の男とは絶対嫌だけど、水木さんなら、むしろいい。結局、俺から連絡してしまった。もう一度会いたいし、そんで心を読んで、もしも向こうも本気で好意を持ってくれてたらこっちなもんだ。もしかしてやれたりするのか？
三山さん、待ちました？
いえ、今来たばかりです。
それならよかったです。
かわいい。ラフな私服の水木さん、かわいい。お口に合いますか？
ええ、美味しいですよ。そういえば、俺の写真どうでした？
何？
こないだの雑誌の、美穂さんだっけ？何か言ってました？
ものすごかったです。見てると吸い込まれる雰囲気があるっていうか、特に今回のはコンセプトがすごかったです。前回載った写真とは全く違った雰囲気で、氷川さんが表現できないものなんてないんじゃないかと、もしそれがあるとしたら、それはもう誰もできないんじゃないかと、氷川さんは無限の表現力とあまたの雰囲気を持っていると、ずっと前から思っていました。と言っていました。やっちゃった。
褒めてくれて嬉しいです。
うわ、めっちゃ見られてる。今なら。
三山さん、超可愛い。三山さんともっと仲良くなりたいな。
水木さんの心の声。予想通りだけど、直接聞くと嬉しい。やばい。
あの雑誌はしっかりした撮影コンセプトが毎回あるから、俺もやりがいがあって。三山さんは笑顔がいいな。唇柔らかそうだけど、ケアしてるのかな？キスしてみたい。こんな可愛い顔見ちゃうと、泣かしたくなる。三山さんお尻も可愛かったし。三山さんに首輪をつけて、ネクタイを外して、両手を縛って、俺の膝の上に横たわらせて、お尻を叩いて。何で叩こうかな。やっぱり手のひらかな。胸にピアスしたら可愛いかも。体つきも案外がっしりしてて、痛いのにも耐えてくれそうだし。 今すぐ縛ってやっちゃいたい。どうしました？宮山さん、顔色が悪いですけど、大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫じゃない！
乳首、十分硬くなりましたね。始めましょう。
水木さん、それ。
ピアス用の針です。消毒済みなので安心してください。
水木さん、超ド S！ 夢？よかった。乳首は無事だ。痛みと快楽は紙一重。一体誰がそんなことを言ったのか。俺は暴力が嫌いで、喧嘩は絶対しない主義だし、映画で拷問のシーンなんかを見た日には情けなく気絶してしまう。別にトラウマがあるわけじゃない。年がいもなく、ただ痛いのが嫌なだけ。なのに、まさか水木さんにあんな趣味があったなんて、しかも俺がした？水木さんだ。
昨日は無事に帰れましたか？俺がもっと早く、具合悪いのに気づけば。
悪く思わないで。俺の方が申し訳なくなる。
すみません。俺に挽回するチャンスをもらえませんか？
この人、あまりにもけなげすぎる。たとえ性癖が少しだけ歪んでいようと、水木さんが天使なのは変わりがない。見えた SM シーンはほんの一瞬だったし、挽回させてと言われて断れるはずもなく。2回目のデートは、水木さんの車でドライブ。水木さんとの距離はさらに縮まった。なんといっても、ド S な性癖以外は完璧な理想の人だから。送ってもらっちゃってありがとうございました。気をつけて帰ってくださいね。
宮山さん、おやすみなさい。俺の夢でも見たらいいのに。
おやすみなさい。今日の水木さんは過激な妄想を一度もせず、性癖をさらけ出さなかった。きっと水木さんもいけないことだと自分で分かってて我慢してるんだ。俺がそばで支えてあげたらいいかもしれない。そしたら俺は水木さんと普通のセックスを。立ちそう。休みの日は起きたらまず水木さんの SNS をチェックする。今朝はまだ更新なしか。水木さん今日大事な撮影あるって言ってたな。
撮影の準備中です。写真送りますね。
何これ、エロい。シャツの胸元のはだけ方があまりにもエロい。
もしよかったらスタジオに見学に来ませんか？
はい。
背景の色変えよろしく。了解っす。
こんにちは。お疲れ様です。誘われるまま撮影スタジオまで来てしまった。
宮山さん、
氷川さん。
来てくれてありがとうございます。
芸能界ってこんな感じなんですね。俺が何かするわけじゃないのに緊張する。
今日は割と気楽な現場ですよ。こちらのお二人はディレクターさんです。
こんにちは、小山です。
うちで。君、もう少しくっついて並んでみてくれる？結構いい絵じゃない？前回イメージに合う相手がいなくてボツになったあのコンセプト、彼で撮ってみたらどうでしょう？
いいですね。宮山さん、ちょっとだけ撮影に付き合ってくれません？
は？
宮山さん、 左肩少しだけこちらに向けられますか？
はい。
そうそうそう、いいですね。そのまま。
俺が映るのは背中だけ。よかった。
次、水木くん。もう少し右に。
はい。
水木さんとの距離がめちゃくちゃ近い。長いまつげ。少しでも動いたら指同士が触れそう。
深山さん、俺のこと好きでしょ？
肩に頭！何これ？
いいですよ。目線こっちください。
しかもこのタイミングでこっそり手を握るって、一体どういう意味？
本日の MVP 深山さんに乾杯。
乾杯。
ありがとうございます。
さあ飲んで飲んで。みんな明日は何もないでしょ？
私は仕事です。
このまま出勤しろよ。飲め。
水木さんはデビューして4年目のモデルだ。10代から30代の女性ファンはもちろん、性別、世代を問わず多くのファンを抱えている。他の芸能人と違う点は、隠れた熱心な男性ファンが多いこと。人形のように整った顔、長い手足と美しい骨格を持った体も魅力的だが、何よりもエロいイメージが人気の理由だろう。ネット上に男性ファンが多いのも、リアルで公言するのが恥ずかしいからかも。まあ、とにかく水木さんは、そんな世間のイメージとは違って、優しくて細やかに気が使える人なので。
水木くんはさ、下っ端のスタッフにまで優しく気遣って。
そうそう。
自分が主役なはずの現場で、なかなかいないよ。
周りの人たちの評判はすこぶるいい。
てか、水木くんは彼女とかいないの？
何人か付き合いましたけど、全部振られてます。
嘘！
こんな完璧な人に恋人がいないのは、やっぱり、歪んだド S な性癖のせいだろうな。
深山さん。
はい？
そろそろ抜けて、俺の家に行きましょうか。改めて、お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様です。撮影の時言ってたのって、どういう意味ですか？
まあ、誰でも気づくと思います。深山さんわかりやすいし。
バレバレだったか。いつもは心を読む側だったから、読まれるとは思わなかったな。実は、ずっと氷川さんのファンでした。
直接言われると嬉しいです。
氷川さんが思ってる以上にファンです。
それが本当なら、もっと嬉しいです。
からかわないでください。俺、氷川さんのこと、すごく好きなんですよ。でも、コンビニで初めて会った時は、下心があって近づいたわけじゃないんです。
あの時は本当に、熱中症で倒れるかと思いました。車もないし、迎えに来るって言ってたマネージャーも遅れるし。だから下心があったとしても構いません。あの時の行為に感謝する気持ちに変わりありません。
今でも氷川さんと仲良くなれたのが不思議です。しかも、氷川さんと一緒に雑誌に出られるなんて、体だけですけど。それに、今もこんなに氷川さんと。
徹さん。俺も、徹さんが好きです。
ソファーで、こんな。腕が動か、縛られた。一体いつ？氷川さん、腕ほどいてください。ダメ。本当に死ぬかもしれない。 セックスしてる時の水木さんは、荒くて衝動的で過激だ。これから俺は、水木さん家に監禁されたり、青技ができるくらいお尻をぶたれたりするんじゃないかと、正直なところ思っている。そうなったら、水木さんとの関係はもう終わらせるべきか。
ごめんなさい。怖がらせて。もう、我慢できなくて。
くそー、かわいい。
痛くないようにする。でも、嫌なら今やめるから。続けてもいいですか？今すぐ手に入れて、俺の許可なしじゃ誰にも会えなくして、すべてを俺のものにして、支配したい。
言ってることと心の中が全然違う。じゃあ、腕ほどいてもらえませんかね。
乳首、気持ちいいの？
痛い。
ごめんなさい。強く噛みすぎました。
目が合うたびに感じる。水木さんが俺をどうしたいのか。腕も足も縛られて震える自分が見える。実際には拘束されていないのにされている心地で、お尻なんか指の先が触れただけでひりつくようだ。だけど、現実の水木さんはそうしない。
指入れるけど、痛いなら素直に言ってくださいね。大丈夫？
本当は俺、こんなセックス好きじゃないはずなのに。水木さん。俺はもう大丈夫だから。荒くしても大丈夫だから。もう、入れて。水木さん。
動くよ。
ベッド、ソファーから移動した覚えないのに。水木さんかな。俺の方が体重重いはずなのに。
目、覚めました？ごめんなさい。体洗ってあげたかったんですけど、俺も昨日飲みすぎて動けなくて。
いや、とんでもないです。水木さんにそんなことさせるわけないでしょ。水木さんと俺、7キロも差があるの知ってますか？
あと10分くらいしたら起こそうと思ってたんで。あと10分、こうしてましょ
う。なんだこれ。セックスしてる時より、今の方が何倍も恥ずかしい。水木さんは、やっぱり俺を気遣ってくれてたんだろう。いっぱい甘噛みされて、あとはすごいけど。なんか、思ってたより怖くなかったな。むしろちょっと残念。で、こうやって少しずつ変態になっていくのか。
はい？ SM クラブですか？へえ、すごい。森さん、そんなお店やってるんですね。具体的には何ができるんですか？
まあ、普通に飲んだり喋ったりもできるけど、やっぱメインは SM プレイが体験できるってとこかな。ほら、素人の人はやり方もわかんないし、一緒にするパートナーもいないしさ。リオくんも経験してみたかったら、うちに来て。
俺は痛いのはまっぴらごめんです。
SM は痛いのが全てじゃないってば。肉体と精神の主導権を信頼できる人に渡して、支配者と非支配者の気持ちを。
どうした水木？
社長さん、俺みたいな素人が言ってもいいものですかね？
水木？お前変態だったの？
そうなんだ、リオ。俺は自分が変態であることを認めることにした。俺が立派な魔女になれるように調教してください。
司教魔女だったの？
どうぞ。
よろしくお願いします。
初めてだから優しくしてくれますよ。だからそんなに緊張しないでね。
緊張してるのか。というか、今更これ間違ったことしてる気が。
いらっしゃいませ。
あ、どうも。男性もいるんですね。
男の人がいいっていう人も結構いてね。
水木さんもこんなとこ来たりするのかな。相手はやっぱ男？それとも女？決まったパートナーはいないようだし、たまったらこういうところで発散させるのかも。なんか想像したら嫌になった。水木さんが他の人とやってる姿なんて。それ見るくらいなら、俺が魔女になって水木さんと。
あれ？水木くんじゃない。こんばんは。
こんばんは。
まさかのご本人！本当に来てた！けど、なぜよりによって今、一昨日水木さんのベッドでピロートークしたばっかだって言うのに。やっぱり、俺とのセックスじゃ満たされなかったのか？俺が魔女じゃないから、俺じゃない人とやるんだ。
あ、そういえば、二人とも名前が水木くんだね。
しまった。
こっちの水木くんは源氏名だけどね。
そうなんですか？偶然ですね。源氏名で俺の名前使ったのか？こんなところに来るために？
天使みたいな顔でイライラしてる。隠さなきゃいけないことが多すぎて誤解を解くのが。
森さん、別室をちょっと借りていいですか？こっちの水木さんと二人きりになりたいのですが。
別にいいけど、水木くんは今日が初めてだからちょっと心配かも。
でもプレイ自体は初めてじゃないみたいですよ。
あら、すごい後。
ここまでする必要ある？水木さん、名前については。
ここが SM クラブなのは知ってますよね。興味があるからここまで来たんでしょ？
それは。
率直に聞きます。トールさんは、本当に SM に興味があるんですか？あるなら具体的に何に興味があるんですか？可逆に興味があるのか、非逆に興味があるのか、支配に興味があるのか、非支配に興味があるのか。そういうことです。
そういうこと？なんですか？全部同じことじゃ、ないかな？わかんねえ。
名前がどうとか、職業を隠してたとかそんな問題より、これがずっと大事です。俺には。
しまった。よく犯す過ちがある。俺は、また。
俺はドミナントです。可逆成功、支配成功、両方持ってるってことですよ。生きてきて一度も自分の性癖を疑ったことないです。思春期の頃から、普通のセックスだけじゃ満足できませんでした。だから当然、トールさんを可逆して、支配したいといつも思ってます。なのに、トールさんとだんだん近づくうちに、何があってもあなたを離したくないと思うようになりました。俺が願うセックスを、一生できなくなってもです。だから、 ただの好奇心で来たんなら帰ってください。普通に大事にしたいと思ったし、そうしようと頑張っています。始めたら取り返しがつかないはずです。そうなるなら、最初から始めたくない。こんな利己的な感情であなたを苦しめるなら、今の関係のままでも大丈夫です。俺が満足いくように説明してください。
考えが読めるからといって、その人の全てがわかるわけではない。でもすぐにそのことを忘れて悪い癖が出てしまう。この関係に真剣に臨まなかった俺がバカみたいに感じられた。隠してきたことがあまりにも多くて、どこからどこまで話せばいいかよくわからないんですが。
そうでしょうね。今までせがむ男って印象を与えたくなくて、問い詰めてませんでした。
まず、名前の件ですが、俺、実は、ホストなんです。
ホスト？
それにも秘密があって、俺、思わず人の心を読んじゃう癖があります。せっかくの能力なので、これをうまく活かせるんじゃないかと思ってホストになりました。
え？
源氏名決めるとき、雑誌で見た水木さんがあまりにも素敵で美しくて、本当になんとなく。
ちょっと。今、とんでもない話を聞いたような。思わず人の心を読んじゃうって、どういう意味ですか？
目が合うと、人の心が読めるんです。信じられないだろうけど、水木さんの性癖も、最初から知ってました。俺と何がしたかったかも。俺、臆病だから、どんなに好きな水木さんでも、そんな性癖に付き合うのはやっぱり無理だと思ってました。でも、こないだのセックスで、水木さんが強要せずに最後まで俺に配慮してくれてるのが分かって、俺ももっと水木さんを喜ばせたいなって気持ちで、この機会に本格的にマゾヒストになろうと決心しました。
マゾヒストは、決心したからといってなれるわけじゃないのに。気持ちは本当に嬉しいけど。
心配しないでください。ネットでいっぱい調べました。セーフワードも考えておきました。
もうそんなとこまで。結局トールさんは、この世界については何も知らない人で、それでも最後までやってみるってことですか？違うと思ったらすぐにやめます。その後も二度としませんし。だから、1時間だけですよ。やめてほしいときは、嫌って一言だけ言って。この布で、まず目から隠します。目を隠したら、そこから本当にスタートです。
目隠しの後、足首も縛られた。正座させられて、腕を背中側で縛られる。身動きできない俺の前に、水木さんが座っている。
相手と目が合うと心が読めるなんて、正直、今もあまり信じられません。初めて心を読めなくされた気分は、どうですか？
大丈夫。
いや、やはり言わないで。命令だ。喋ったら目隠しを外す。やるって言い出さなかったら、普通のセックスだけで済んだはずなのに。もう取り返しがつかないね。わかる？唇、震えてる。キスしてほしいの。ただでしてあげるはずないだろう。1時間我慢したら、ご褒美にしてやるよ。それから、ご褒美をもらった瞬間から、普通のセックスはもうできないと思ってくださいね。じゃあ、1時間後に。
あれ？ 言っちゃった？喋るなと言われたから、1時間我慢しなきゃ。足痛い。ちょっと崩し。どれくらい経ったのかな。何も見えないし、心も読めないから不安だ。辛い。1時間はもうとっくに過ぎたんじゃないか。水木さんは本当に時間通りに。
やるって言い出さなかったら、普通のセックスだけで済んだはずなのに。お前が始めたんだよ。お前を手に入れて、俺の許可なしには誰も見れないようにして、俺だけのものにしたい。それでもいいだろう。俺のために、こういうことするって言っただろう。お前も、俺に何かしてほしいか？キスしてほしいの？1時間我慢したら、ご褒美にしてやるよ。
水木さん、多分ここにはいないだろうけど、もし聞いてるなら、俺はもっと我慢できるから。終わったら必ずキスしてくれないとダメですよ。何の音？
喋るなと言ったはずです。
目隠しを取られた先には、水木さんが。
よく我慢した。本当にありがと
う。目が合うたびに心が読めるから、関係の主導権はいつも俺にあった。だから、目を塞がれて言いようのない不安に駆られた。不安だったのは、目の前が見えないことじゃなくて、水木さんの心が見えないことだ。でも、水木さんが俺を見て、興奮してくれてるかもと想像するのは、そんな不安も吹き飛ぶくらいの快感だった。
約束したので。
そして、水木さんの顔に浮かんでいたのが、深い安堵だったってことを、水木さん自身は知ってるのかな。最初はすごく怖かったんだけど、何もわからないまま拘束されるのは、忘れられないほど気持ちよかったな。
トールさん、俺の話聞いてますか？また勝手に考えを読んだでしょ。
いや、誤解です。水木さんの頭の中覗いたら、SM のハードル上がりそうで、むしろ読まないようにと。
とにかく、今の仕事は続けるんですか？ホストを卑下するわけではないです。ただ職業が職業だから、トールさんに勝手に恋愛感情を抱く人が多いかもしれないじゃないですか。あんまり気分良くはないですよ。だから、お願いが一つあります。
水木、最近チョーカーよくしてるね。前はあんまりアクセとかしてなかったんじゃない？
これは、好みが少し変わったっていうか。
シルバーのリングとレザーって、シンプルな分、ちょっと首輪っぽいっつうか、スーツには少しハードすぎない？ジュンの言う通り。俺、まゆみさんを迎える準備しなきゃ。お先に。
なあ、リオ。今日に限ってなんでこんなに忙しいの？
ジュンのお客さんが団体で来る日だからじゃないかな。
まゆみさんって芸能界のお偉いさんか。
うん。初めての人も多いし、芸能人たっくさん釣ろう。
あはあ。
どうも、リオでーす。
水木でーす。
あれもしかして、氷川瑞希さん？
デジャブ？
トイレに住むつもりですか？
たったの10分しか抜けてないんですけど。
10分もでしょ。なんでそんなにおどおどしてるんですか？一緒に暮らしてるわけでも、職場で会うわけでもない。チョーカーしたくなかったらしなくてもよかったのに。俺のお願い、よく守ってくれたね。すごく、嬉しい。
水木さん。
俺が、振られてばっかだったって話、嘘じゃないんですよ。こんな性癖のせいで、今はもう割り切ってますが、昔は傷つくことも多かったです。もし、愛する人がもう一度できたら、二度とこの性癖を見せるわけにはいかないと、ずいぶん前に心に決めていたのに。あなたは人の決意を、こんなにも簡単に揺さぶってくる。このチョーカーもですけど、俺がしたいこと、全部本気で聞いてくれるんですか？もっともっとひどいことを要求するかもしれないのに。まだ信じられません。だって、逃げるかもしれないじゃないですか。あなたとは違って、俺はトールさんの心が読めませんから。
信じてください。俺はもう決心しました。水木さんが信じてくれないと、俺はどうしたらいいかわかりません。どうしたら信じてくれますか？
なんでこんなに遅くなったの？もしや寝てた？
違う。お腹痛くて。
何か問題でもありました？
いえ。
ならよかった。
超美人さん？水木さんもだけど、芸能人はオーラがやばいな。
プロデューサーさんから誘われてきましたけど、私、ホストクラブ初めてで。
ごめんなさい。俺から挨拶すべきでした。隣にこんな美人さんが来たから、ちょっと緊張しちゃったみたいです。俺、水木って言います。今日はよろしくお願いします。お姫様。
こちらこそ。
ああ、俺もそのブランド好き。いいで
すよね。
特に時計のデザインが。
ああ、ごめんなさい。手が滑っちゃって。
水木さん。気にすんな、気にすんな。水木さんも気にするなって言ってたし、仕事に集中しなきゃ。
どうかした？
さやさん、手がめっちゃ綺麗だね。手合わせてみてもいい？
いいよ。
さやさんの手、小さくて可愛い。アクセサリーが似合いそう。
水木くんは、ちょっと珍しいのつけてるね。ほら、チョーカーとか。
これ、変？
なんていうか、スーツと合わせるのが、ちょっと珍しいなって。
そうかな。水木さん、こっち見てる。
それはただのチョーカーじゃないから。スーツだろうが裸だろうが関係ないから。主人がいる証だから。
それを俺に言われましても。全然仕事できない。
よーし、ホストがこんなに集まることもないので、王様ゲームやりまーす。ただ、お客様が嫌だっておっしゃったらすぐやめまーす。王様誰だ？俺だー。お前、ズルしたな。まあまあ、じゃあ、2番と6番が、ポッキーゲーム。
2番私です。
6番誰？
俺、
水木裏山。
今まで当たったことないのに、なんでこんな時に。参ったな。水木さんきっと怒ってるよ。いや、でもこれは仕方ない状況じゃ。こんなハイレベルな罰を受けるのは絶対無理。でもここでホスト側から断るわけには。さやさんから断るように仕向けなければ。俺は犬とか奴隷のような存在でして、ご主人様がいるんですよ。
はい。
実はこのチョーカーはそのご主人様からもらったもので、俺の本当のご主人様がやめろって言ってたから、ポッキーゲームはダメかも。
本当のご主人様？
何それ。
犬とか奴隷とか、一体何を言ってるんですか？そんな無理ですよ。
わかってます。俺がさやさんでもこんな変態野郎は願い下げです。お疲れ様です。
お疲れ様です。
なんでいるんですか？
一緒に帰ろうと思って終わるの待ってたんですよ。
水木さん。俺は今から尻が死ぬレベルの罰を受けるんでしょうか？
尻が死ぬなんて、そんな大げさすぎますよ。
冗談だったんですか？俺は自分が叩かれる姿が見えた時、もう尻が死んだと思いました。
罰じゃなくて、ご褒美をあげます。徹さんが俺のものだってことを断言してくれたから。すごく嬉しくて、その場でキスしようかと思いました。
水木さん。俺、水木さんがいくら変態だろうと、やっぱり好きです。
あ？そんな変態と付き合ってる徹さんも変態ですよ。自ら変態になりたかった変態。もういいです。こっちの変態は先に行きます。
水木さんは周りの人には気遣い屋さんで通ってるし、普段すごく優しいのに、イライラしてる姿が新鮮で、ちょっと可愛いです。コンビニで初めて会った時、心の中ではすごくイライラして、すぐにでも爆発しそうだったのに、落ち着いた優しい振る舞いが不思議でした。
ああ。俺ほど裏表のある人間もいないでしょう。ドミナントは世間的に可逆的で暴力的だと誤解されがちです。俺はそういう奴らとは違うっていう必死のあがきだったかもしれませんね。心を読んでしまう徹さんの前ではあまり意味もなかったけど。
俺、水木さんの言うこと何でも聞きます。
そんな、セックスの時だけで十分です。
ホストもやめます。
それも別に続けていいですって。でも今日のでクビになっちゃうかもしれませんね。
だから、俺がもし逃げそうになったら、引き止めてください。
そこまで。徹さんにそこまで言われたら、絶対話しません。さあ。今更ですけど、徹さん、がたいいいですよね。顔だけ見たらそうは見えないけど。
水木さんと背は一緒なんです。体重は7キロ差だけど。俺を引き止めるなら、もっと鍛えないといけないんじゃ。
モデルだから、この体型維持しないといけないんです。
キスしてほしいんですか？
別に何も言ってないのに。してくれますか？
早朝っつっても、ここ歌舞伎町ですよ。
人いないし。続きは家で。
俺、今日も夜から出勤ですけど。
奇遇ですね。俺も夜、仕事です。
見たい。
わがままですね。目の前でオナニーさせたい。恥ずかしい言葉たくさん言わせたい。裸のまま丸一日、この家に監禁したい。
丸裸でオナニー。そんなの、本当に変態みたいじゃん。でも、やってみたい。そんな恥ずかしいこと。
泣いてる顔を飽きるほど見たい。
水木さんにいっぱいいじめられたい。
立てなくなるくらい朝から夜までいじめたい。俺の助けなしじゃ何もできないように。
本当に立ち上がれなくなっちゃったらどうしよう。
ごめん。優しくするつもりだったのに乱暴になっちゃった。
終わり？立ち上がれないくらい丸一日裸でいじめるんじゃ。
今日はご褒美ですから。徹さんはまだ優しくされる方が好きみたいだし。しかも夜出勤って。というか、よくそんなこと平然と言いますね。
本当に一日くらいなら立ち上がれなくなっても平気なのに。
俺のこと考えてくれてるんですか？嬉しいですけど、そんな心配しなくても大丈夫ですよ。可愛い徹さんを抱けるだけで大満足なんで。
水木さんの調教が良かったのか、俺が勝手に調教されたのか、どうやら俺は本格的に魔女に目覚め始めたようだ。セックスの後シャワーを浴びて身支度する。こうやって水木さん家からの出勤にも慣れていく。これも調教のうちの一つ？シャツ持ってくるの忘れた。
どうしました？服忘れちゃったんですか？俺の貸しましょう。
お願いします。
はいはい。ちょっと待っててください。これどうでしょう？
ありがとうございます。
パツパツですね。やっぱ彼シャツはできないか。
水木さん、彼シャツなんて考えてたんですか？俺を相手に？信じられない。
本当に。勝手に考えを読まないでください。
いくら俺が水木さんの言うことを聞くからって。
だったら、彼シャツより、乳首ピアスの方がいいと思います。
セックスの時、ここだけしつこくいじるのマジでやめてください。服着るたびに擦れて痛いんです。
痛いですか？
痛いです。でば、
どんな風に？
痛いというか、敏感になってしまってて。
敏感になってんの？ここ。
待って。水木さ
ん。もともと可愛い顔してたけど、開発したらこんなに可愛くなるなんて。
水木さん、聞こえよがしに堂々と。
徹さん、最近何か起きてませんか？職場とかで。
特にないですけど。
ならいいです。とにかくあんまり心配しないで。徹さんは順調に開発されてってます。 いつか乳首ピアスもできるはず。
もしその日が来たら、睡眠薬で気を失わせてからやってください。
水木、野田さんまた来てるよ。今日もかなりお金落としてくつもりみたい。俺もそういう固定客欲しい。野田さんゲイかな？
でもそしたらゲーバー行くでしょ。
俺はどんなお客さんも OK だよ。
俺は無理。あの人なんか雰囲気おかしいし。
そうかな。ゲイだって別にいいでしょ。俺にあんな大金使ってくれてさ。まあ、俺はもうすぐ辞めるけど。野田さんだけじゃない。最近俺を指名する男性客が妙に増えた。ゲイだってどっかで噂流れてんのかな。水木さんに言ったらあんまりいい顔しないだろうな。どうせもう辞めるし、心配かけたくもないし。何それ。野田さんの SM プレイだ。マジで面白い。なんかそういう経験多そうだね。SM 博士？異常性癖専門家的な？
ごめん、水木くん。なんか、水木くんには気楽に話せるっていうか、こんな変な話、聞きたくないよね。
おう、野田さんと話すの超楽しいから。
そう。
野田さんはうつむきがちで、目が合わなくて心が読みづらいな。あと、なんか今日、酔うのが早い。でも不思議だね。なんで俺にだけ話しやすいのかな？
それは、
もしかして、この超過？これのせいでいろんな人から変態みたいって言われて。
そんなこと言われても、外さないんだ。
そうだね。俺、もしかしたら結構変態かも。さ、野田さんから見ても、俺って、マサオみたい？
あんまり目立たない隅の席って開けてもらえますか？
ああ、真っ黒いメガネかけちゃって誰かと思ったら、水木さん？
はい。
お久しぶりです。まゆみさんたちと来て以来でしょ。芸能人だから当然か。
声少し小さく。
バレないように気をつけないといけませんね。こちらへ。
すみません。男一人で変ですよね。
大丈夫ですよ。そういう方もいらっしゃるんで。
そうなんですか？
普通はほとんどいないです。でも、最近は水木くん指名する男性多いんですよね。こちらのお席にどうぞ。
野田さん、ごめん。なんか、今日いつもより酔っ払ってる。普段こんなにならないのに。
水木くん、俺のことは気にせず、ちょっと休んで。
ありがとう。野田さんはなんでホストクラブに来るの？キャバクラもあるじゃん。俺、背も高いし、あんまり可愛いイメージもないと思うけど。
可愛い！水木くんは背が高くても、すごく可愛いよ。
みんな可愛いって言ってくれるんだね。前はあんまり好きな言葉じゃなかったのに気持ちいい。水木さんに褒められてるみたいで。こんなよくしてもらってるのに申し訳ないんだけど、俺、ホストを辞めるんだ。
知ってた。だから今日はたくさん注文したんだ。さすがにシャンパンタワーはできなかったけど。
マジ？野田さんありがとう。高いお酒いっぱい入れてくれたからかな。ごめん。俺ちょっとトイレ行ってくるね。
ゆっくりでいいから。
おっと。暑い。力が入らない。お客さんのとこ戻らなきゃなのに。勘弁してよ。 水木さんに会いたい。ああ。水木さんとセックスして、キスして、水木さんに褒められたい。まだ仕事中なのに、なんかいやらしい気持ちになってきた。
水木くん。
野田さんえこれ、何が起きてる？手錠にガムテープ？一瞬で拘束された。くそ。力が入らなくて油断した。
水木くん、嘘ついて、ごめんね。今まで話した体験談は全部、水木くんを想像しながら作ったものなんだ。水木くんは優しいから、俺みたいなのにもチャンスがあるかもって思ってたんだ。歌舞伎町の SM クラブで初めて見た時から水木くんが好きだった。でも君がもうやめるって言うからどうしたらいいかわからなくて。
まずい。この時間男子トイレは人が来ない。どうしよう。怖い。誰か。
犯したい。だから一度だけでも水木くんとエッチなことしてみたくて。ごめんね。お酒に美薬混ぜちゃった。犯したい。
エッチっていうより交換じゃん。
やっぱり水木くんは変態だ。ここ跡がすごいよ。水木くんは噛まれるのが好きなの？誰かの跡、俺が綺麗にしてあげなきゃ。ひどくされるのが好きなら今の状況も好きでしょ？
おい。聞いてりゃ BDSM のこと少しは知ってるみたいだが。見てわかんねえ。可愛いチョーカーがついてる。少し考えれば、トールに相手がいることくらいわかりそうなのにな。まあ、その相手の独占欲がひどいってことまではわからないだろうけど、お前は今、パートナーになろうとしたんじゃない。愛する人を強姦しようとしたんだよ。死ぬ覚悟できて。待って、うちで殺人事件はダメ。
なんか雰囲気が怪しくて来てみたら、やっぱり。ちょっと水木さん落ち着いてください。水木さんやめて。ここは俺たちに任せてください。あいつ逃げるぞ。捕まえろ。了解。水木くん泣いてる。テープ剥がすね。痛いけどちょっと我慢して。
大丈夫。泣いてたのは水木さんが怖くて。
俺のせいですか？ごめんなさい。病院に行かなくて本当にもう大丈夫ですか？
はい。怖かっただけで危害は加えられてないですし、もはやあんまり覚えてないし。そういえばシャツ借りたばっかなのにまた T シャツ借りちゃいました。しかも2日連続で水木さん家にお邪魔してしまって。
服だって家だってどう使ってくれてもいいから、ただ頼ってくれたらいいのに。俺がまだ怖い？
そんなわけないです。今からいじめてくれてもいいですよ。水木さんの好きなようにしていいです。でも、終わったら絶対褒めてくださいね。褒められると興奮します。あ、これ言うと変態みたい？
本当に可愛い。あまりにも可愛くて逆に何もできない。 読んだ？
何もできないって。ピアスもですか？
ピアスはします。諦めない。
水木さんは趣味嗜好が本当にブレないですね。
ブレたらこんな関係になってないでしょ。
確かに。水木さん。俺、水木さんをネタにして、オナニーしたことはありますよ。
後ろで？
いや、前でです。今なら後ろでやりますけど。こうやって。
待って、トールさん。いくらなんでも今日は安静に。
水木さん。せっかく目の前でオナニーしてるのに、恥ずかしいこと言ってくれないんですか？
もう言ってるじゃん。何勝手に一人で言ってんの？また許可なく出したら、もっと強く叩く。トールは、俺のこと考えると、すぐ言っちゃうんだね。救えない変態だね。あと、褒められたいなら、もう少し我慢しないと。
我慢。はい。どうしよう。水木さん。好き。いい。
完全に、目覚めてる。我慢して。お仕置きだ。目、覚めました？お尻、思ったより痛くないでしょ？気を使って力調節しました。
痛いよ。ヒリヒリして。気持ちよかったけど。気分がいいです。一緒に寝て、一緒に朝日を浴びるのが久しぶりで。
もうホストも辞めたし、これからは見れますね。
クレジットカードの支払いとか家賃とか、これからどうしよう。
じゃあ、ここで一緒に住みますか？毎朝こうやって一緒にゴロゴロできるし、一日中立ち上がれないようにしてあげられますよ。
これからよろしくお願いします。
お金とセックス、どっちになびいたんですか？もしかして両方？正直に俺に教えてくださいよ。
ご主人様は奴隷の考えなんて知らなくていいです。
Disappointment needs to be a very huge thing. Like it needs to be like a huge emotions. There's emotion. There's like a lot of grief and like all of that. But this sort of story really showed me how it sort of like doesn't, if that makes sense. like there can be a lot of different good ways in life. And if one of them is closed, it can be just really like, well, then I'll take the other one. It really, I don't know. I guess it really depends if you see multiple ways to still be happy. Because yeah, like that kid is like sort of like instantly seeing the next thing which is gonna make it happy as well. And I feel like maybe that's something we sort of like untrain ourselves to do as like adults, possibly. Maybe just I untrained myself to do that. But I just really, yeah, I like for like a long time I really lacked that possibility of like also being happy with alternatives or like seeing many alternatives, maybe. And being really focused about like a very specific way how things have to go. And if that's not how it's going, then like I'm like inherently disappointed. But now it's just, there's like so many ways I can have like a really good day that it's like if some of them like don't work, then it's like, well, anyways. Fine, next best thing. Yeah. Because the week is mountain and midweek you're on top and down you slide into the weekend. Ah, I see. I don't know, I'm just the messenger, ma'am. Don't kill the messenger. Yeah, with the like Bergfest, I actually now understand. With the hump day, I still don't. Like, why do you call it hump day? Why not a half week done day? I don't know. And then she suddenly replied to me about how tomorrow in the evening, so I got shocked a little bit. I was processing because that was too quick. Nice, amazing. I confirmed with her if she's sure about this, and she said yes, so tomorrow is the meetup. But honestly, I'm too scared. I don't know, I feel nervous and anxious about this. I was having thoughts I should back up from this. No, don't. I don't want to lose the friendship we have. That's why I'm scared. I can absolutely relate, since for me tomorrow, right, you've seen on like Discord, I will also have a really important discussion with our friends. I guess Zach is actually also really scared about this. We had a talk about it yesterday evening. I'm just essentially like give you the advice I gave him. So if the best thing you can do in order to actually prepare for this is regulate your emotions about what you're going to tell. Which is and not only that, but also like actually be aware of what you want out of this. I think you have done a lot of that work already, but it might help to just do it again, because just doing that again can also like help like settle this like anxiety and nervousness. Because it's sort of like low-key giving you sort of like a game plan for the conversation as well, and for like how you're gonna react, what you're gonna do, and stuff like this. So just sort of taking some time to really think about and really journal actually about what do you actually need from that other person in that talk. Like, what do you need out of that talk to then everything to be solved and resolved? What do you need to hear? Like, do you, I don't know, Irfan, maybe with you, I would suspect that it's maybe that it's maybe something that you need the other person to know first of all, so there's like nothing between you, and there's nothing you need to hide, and you need the other person to understand that they don't need to take distance, or maybe they do need to take distance, or like you need to understand them how this is sort of like affecting, or like how you want this to affect the relationship between you guys. And that you, for example, like you still want to be friends, and she shouldn't behave different. Like she shouldn't second guess what she does, or like I don't know, like any hug or physical touch. But she just behave normally and know that you're gonna like work out like all of this, and it's gonna be fine. And you just needed her to know to, I don't know, maybe clear up some behaviorisms of yourself and stuff like this. I just want her to listen and understand about this and me, that's all. Okay, what that does for you is really ambiguous in that phrasing. So what do you really, what will this give you? Like her listening and understanding about this, what does she need to understand specifically? When are we gonna kick over StarCraft 2 multiplayer grind? What? Have we ever talked about this before? Except with your, like, in the context of your friend. Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes, like you say, G-Foods, I absolutely agree. Like, definitely, like, it has to do with understanding. But with saying that, right, it's really ambiguously formulated. And what that does for us in that moment is that we don't have an easy checklist to go out of the conversation and be like, okay, like everything is like good, like I have everything I need. So it can be really helpful to get like really like sort of like calculate this out and like make this like sort of like sort this out, clean this up to a point where you have very specific things you can essentially like ask that person in one sentence at the end and get a confirmation on this, because then you have something where you can pretty clear sort of make the decision, okay, I got everything I needed, and I know without a doubt that this person actually understood what I want them to understand. Because with things like these, with sort of like emotional topics in interpersonal friendships, or relationships, it's something where doubts about this can come back pretty often. Because emotions are something which are usually not resolved instantly, right? Or not entirely instantly. Like we can talk about something one day, and then on that day you feel like, oh my god, like everything, like I understood the world, everything makes sense now. And then like in a week from now you have a bad day, and then all of it is coming back. And that is something which just sort of like makes sense, right? Because it's your brain just sort of like makes sure you really understood it from like any way possible, and if there's any type of questions left, it might still come back. So really figuring out before such a talk, because if you have such a talk, usually like the expectation we sort of set with this is that once we talked about this, like this topic will be done, like everything is resolved, everything is understood, like we're good now and everything is fine. Like the other person and you probably leave this talk, or like hopefully leave this talk and are like, everything's good, everything is fine. So it's really nice to sort of help yourself actually get everything from this talk. So that in 1 week, if this is coming up again for you because you're maybe insecure about this or something, or just had a really bad day, that you have sort of like a bulletproof thing of like, I got all the information I have, and you can sort of resolve this reoccurring emotion alone, instead of then getting doubts and being like, oh no, I need to talk to her again. Because then it can like get to a point where it's annoying. Like talking about it again, like for like very specific tiny things, it's like entirely fine. Like having talked about this and then later on realizing something different, while like, for example, being like, oh, you don't need to change anything. And then later on you actually realize, well, I thought you don't need to change anything, but now that we tried it, I actually do think you need to change something. That's like also entirely fine. Makes sense, right? But yeah, if it's sort of like it's a sign of like bad communication, I guess, or like unstable attachment. If you're a person who's like talking about something, behaving like everything is resolved, but then it's like coming up again. And then you talk about it again, the other person is again putting the effort in, everything is resolved, and then it comes up again. Because essentially what that does is that you also don't have no fucking clue what you actually want out of this. And talking to you is kind of clueless too, because it like doesn't do shit, right? And what we also need to realize is that like talking about something emotional, something serious like this does take energy. And at some point, I don't know, it's also fair if the other person gets like really bothered by this, right? And it's like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, I'm wanting to answer everything you want from me, but every week again, you just ask me the same things, and then it's like coming up again. Like, this is not solving anything here. And then it feels like unsafe for the other person. So that's why it's like really helpful to like actually know what you need to get out of this, because that talk is probably gonna get emotional. So it's like really easy to sort of forget about things, to get confused, to doubt your own emotions in that thing, because you're going to get more information. So everything you know is going to get in a different light. So I don't know, like once you know what you really specifically need, you're going to be able to get out of that conversation and have everything you needed. And it's going to make you calmer in that discussion as well. Hi, Gunnar Badger. Morning from Texas. Morning back to you. I want to stop carrying this alone, an emotional closure. Silence is more heavier than anything, and I just want to be completely honest with her. My heart can breathe again. Maybe I also want her to know that that's what I feel, not to change her mind, but because being misunderstood hurts and she only knows the surface level truth, which is I liked her, not the actual truth that I still love her. Do you think you might actually need her to because you say not to change her mind, but I do feel like you might actually want an answer while not expecting that answer to be positive. But it sounds like correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's just a guess in blue, but it sounds like you need like a response to this, and you're fine if it's rejection, but you just need her to know the full thing and then respond to it and either reject you or not, but that you don't have, that you can sort of like stop with guessing if this has a chance, maybe, or guessing that it doesn't, but that you just know her opinion about this. Could that be also the case, Irfan? Hi, Morty. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? asking asking Irfan if he wants her as his girlfriend is, I think, a question which is loaded with loyalty conflicts. I don't know if this is interpreted that way. That would just be my concern with this. So I think actually sort of like changing the question to that if I'm just, yeah. Yeah, exactly. No. That's exactly why I formulated the question different. But do you want an answer from her about this? Do you want her opinion about this? Like I said, like you're fine if it's a rejection, you expect a rejection, but you need her to know the full thing and get an opinion about this. To not have this hope that it works, or to sort of like to straighten it out for yourself, you know? Because I feel like sometimes something like this, we can really, it's like really hard to let go of it if there's like even just like a tiny sandcorn in our hearts who still thinks there is hope about this. And then it might actually be really important for us to get, even if it's a rejection, to just get an answer to this. Because we weren't able to resolve that last bit of hope ourselves. So we need an answer from that person. And essentially, if it's a situation like this, we need that person to reject us. So we can let go of this in like a way where we don't feel like we betrayed ourselves, if that makes sense. Oh my god, this chair. I don't judge you for that hope. Not at all, Irfan. I absolutely agree with you. It's a very normal thing. That's why I was saying it. No. Okay, we have ads. Perfect timing, of course. Why not? Yeah, hate it. Jesus Christ. Back now. That was so quick. What the hell? Okay, so you probably didn't hear any of my response, Irfan, right? Am I correct to assume this? Okay. So what I was saying was that I absolutely agree with you. I think it is absolutely human, that hope. That's why I sort of like that's why I brought it up. Because I think it's something you might not want to sort of accept for yourself. Because it has this loyalty conflict that you know she's in a relationship and you don't want to get messy in this. You don't want to try to sort of like mess up their relationship and stuff like this. Like, it's something where you have a lot of sort of like ethics for yourself about that you don't want to do this. But it's just that last bit where you can't let go of these feelings, because there's still this part in your heart which you can't change with any type of logic, which believes naively that everything is going to work out. And at the same time, how could you not, right? Like, this is what we learn from society about romantic feelings. Like, in the end, everything is going to be fine, and it's something we want to believe in, right? We want to believe that if we love somebody, that love is not unrequited love, but actually being seen, and that they feel the same, even if they were hiding it or whatever. But I think it's something very important to know, that you need that opinion about it. And even if you expect it's a rejection will also alleviate you from this hope, and might just be the sort of like evidence you need to let go of that hope. And that's entirely fine, and that's entirely human, and you're not wrong to feel this. But I think you need to, it's important to know this, because with situations like these, right, that she's gonna be in this situation and you're gonna tell her this, she's probably also invested in your friendship, right? So she might actually feel compelled to not hurt you, and might, like, it might be hard for her to reject you because she doesn't want to hurt you, and because she expects rejecting you is going to hurt you. But if you can sort of say that in a very, because like if that is the thing for you, right? I always like, this is like the only thing I preach. You guys need to say what you think. Like, it doesn't help if you take anything from me, and then you say it, but you don't believe in it, okay? Like, that's not gonna fix your emotions if that's not what you feel. But being really transparent and really knowing your own feelings, and knowing that you really need a clear answer from her about this, and you honestly do not even care if it's a rejection or not, because you just want to be done with these feelings one way or another. This is something you can offer her, which is going to help her to actually offer that to you. Because like I said, like, she might actually have like a sort of like a resistance and be hesitant to reject you, to not hurt you. But if you can tell her, I need, like, I have this last, like, I try to let go from this because I know you have a boyfriend and all, but there's this last bit in my heart which is just so naively romantically and still believes in it, and I just need you to know all of my feelings and then give me a clear answer. And I'm honestly, like, this is gonna help me either way. Like, don't worry about rejecting me, because if you reject me, I can let go of that hope and I can get over these feelings, and I'm glad too. Because, yeah, then you can like sort of help her have the confidence to give you like a really straight answer about this, where you then sort of can let go of that hope, because you're like, you saw that? This is what I told you. Go away. You know? But yeah, I think it's really important to know very specifically what you need from her, because otherwise she might sort of like wishy-washy around this thing because she doesn't want to hurt you and stuff like this. And then you leave that conversation and you have a bad day where you feel like, I don't know, you watch like a romantic movie, you all of a sudden feel like really hopeful, rushed with emotions because you've maybe been exhausted and didn't sleep well. You're like halfway hallucinating. And then you sort of like interpret that like devil on your shoulder comes back and is sort of like telling you how this whole situation like was like so entirely differently, and the way like she was like so nice about it means that there might be hope, right, and stuff like this. So like there's getting a clear answer is definitely really, really amazing in these situations, because then going back like this later on, like having these reoccurring doubts, is probably not gonna happen. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Enjoy your dinner. You can also tell me afterwards if that's a good thing or not. I'm still happy about Grumpy Paliscat using my emote. I saw a post this morning about exercise. Oh no. Wait, I'm just gonna... This is so weird. I saw a post this morning about a Latina criminal known as the Doll, who is a famous hit woman that was captured. And post also mentioned, and no, you can't fix her. What? Can you send that post in the Discord, please? The Doll. Damn crazy. It's like, I'm sadly not even too... I'm not even too... Like, she was a hit woman, she killed people. And what I noticed myself is that I honestly lack compassion for this because of the whole story. Like, she's called the Doll, the post mentioned you can't fix her, which makes me believe like she's probably hot and like everybody's gonna be like super unserious about this on social media. Like it's probably gonna be like with the like with that one dude who killed like this billionaire allegedly. I think that thing is actually still not like done. I think like there's a good chance he didn't even. And the other thing I remember is being like it's like a really funny TikTok video I thought about like this argument people have like oh yeah, like if you want like emancipation or whatever, or like blah blah blah, like sort of like fuck feminism and like then like step up in the like male dominated jobs, like you know, like what the fuck, women like only sort of like complaining and you don't even want to step up in the work. And then somebody commented like you're actually completely right, so girls, kill more, rob more, assault people more, steal more and stuff like this. We're highly underrepresented in the crime statistics, so go get them, girls. And that was sort of like a thing where I was like, damn. That's a lit answer. That's a really funny answer. Cute, great. What do you want to say about one of my situation where the girls, after being together for about 3 months, suddenly remember that she's more... Oh my god. Yeah, we want equality in the criminal gender ratio, exactly. I mean, like, you know, like, women need to be so careful around their partners and ex-partners, and men don't. Like, there's a huge gender gap here we need to fix. And if we, like, are so compelled to not address the, like, male violence here, then we need to address the female non-violence, you know? Like... Apparently that's the way we're gonna like address the gender gap. If we don't do it the one way, right? Then we have to do it the other way. I'm already exhausted, Jesus. That is, I think this is not equal to male violence though, right? Like, this is something where, like, this argument is being brought up every time you sort of like talk about male violence. And that is, I think, it's honestly like a low blow. Because you can't compare somebody screaming at somebody to somebody murdering somebody. That's comparing apples with pears. That doesn't make sense to me. But what if we compare it to somebody kicking? We still can't. Emotional violence is different to physical violence. And physical violence, like, we also like assume in that moment, right, that the person who's physically violent isn't emotionally violent. Because people who kill somebody are usually so calm in that moment. Or who like assault somebody or like hit somebody. But emotional violence hurt more, in my opinion. Have you been physically hurt? Have you survived physical violence? What do you want to say about one of my situations with the girls after being after being together for about 3 months, suddenly remember that she's more than 3 to 4 years older guys of her age and then get parted away from me? Did they say anything else? Because otherwise I think it's a cover-up for they want more emotionally mature people, maybe? But I would focus on like other things they said, maybe? It's not a really good critique, I guess. Alright, see you later, GeForce. Oh, I'm still exhausted. Ooh. But was it helpful, Irfan? Like, do you think you have a game plan for tomorrow? You think you know what you need from her? And can sort of like, with that information, more clearly tell her what the expectations are? Why am I still so exhausted? Oh my lord. I think maybe because it was like so all of a sudden or something. No idea. Some people actually like waking up early. I'm also not one of those people. Like, even if I were to make it a habit, it would still suck every day, I think. But Zach actually sometimes wakes up, like, out of free will at 5 AM. So... yeah, I think that's also good. But at least now you know what you need. And make sure that you get, like, a really clear answer on this. Like, make sure that with this question, if there is sort of, like, is a chance or no that you get a really, really clear answer on this. And you can literally just, like, ask her again, if necessary. What the hell? What are we talking about, White Milk? In 40 minutes. Well, then we at least have 40 minutes now. Then welcome, welcome. What? I don't understand what. No, White Milk. Usually when you touch yourself is something people use for masturbation. So, since we don't have like a lot of context, I'm still sort of like confused. Because like, why does it hurt to touch yourself, like to smear lotion all over your body? Welcome back, Struda. So, did you hear, by the way, what I said, or? I know what's going to happen, but I hope everything goes right for me. I really hope, because this has been emotionally exhausting and painful for me. Well, like, honestly, the thing I think is... if you notice that you're really, really anxious tomorrow again, write a letter like this again, like we talked about last time. Write one of that letter again, because then you like calm down before the talk, you know, and yeah, keep in mind what you want out of that talk, because then you won't lose yourself and get confused while that talk's going on. I really... You mean if your like skin is like really, really cold? And then it hurts if you touch your skin? Do you watch F1? No, I don't. Alright. Can't wait for the feedback, Irfan. I hope it goes well. Good luck. And remember, you can like, in these talks, you can always take a break. Like, if it gets too emotional, literally take a breather. Say you gotta go to the toilet and breathe. Like, also hot water hurts. It's like skin complexion weight. So like hot water hurts if you're really cold. Like if your hands are really cold, then hot water hurts. You're welcome. Good luck, everyone. Bye. I love when people find out in stream that they need to see the doctor. Because nobody can relate to them. Oh, that was literally me. There's sometimes so many things I think like it's normal, but it's not actually. But you keep saying I touch myself. You can say when you touch your skin. That's, for example, a thing. You only get lotion on weekend? Why do you only get lotion on weekend? Yeah, like, do you have like lotion available throughout the week, or do you only like get is available to you on the weekend? Yes, but out of stock. As if lotion is out of stock. What? What? How is usually they have like so many brands of lotion. Do you need like a very specific brand? Oh my god. Why is your skin? Why is your thighs are flaky too because they're that dry? It hurts a lot, for example. And can't move. What do you mean I can't move? Like anything touching your skin hurts? And the skin opens up so it bleeds? So ChatGPT is saying eczema, extreme dryness, irritation, or infection. You need to see a doctor quickly, especially if it's spreading or very painful. It is not. It's Jesus. This is my skin. It's like it's completely. It's fine. I do not use lotion. My skin here is also, it's like completely fine. Do you see that? It's like, it's completely fine. Here as well. Like there's no, it's not dry or anything. This is not, like my hands and stuff. It's not like, this is not, no. This is not like, if it hurts, that's not normal, love. I'm really sorry, but you definitely need to see a doctor on this. For sure. This is like what I was showing you now. Like, you could argue like, oh, but like, I'm a woman, I don't know, like women have like super soft skin always, blah, 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 which would be not true. But anyways, my husband also doesn't have this. If your skin hurts to the point that putting on hoodies or like other stuff like this hurts actually hurts, or like it sometimes cracks open and bleeds, you have a serious skin problem, okay? This is not something where you like go to... It tangles on it. What? What? Anyways, I'm just gonna ignore that part. That doesn't make sense. See a doctor. See a doctor. Please, for the love of God, see a doctor. This is not even in the normal, like, this is not on the verge of normal to see a doctor, okay? This is far off in the area of seeing a doctor. Okay? Yeah, please do that. I mean, every winter, it's not everybody has that. So that it's like not, yeah, I agree. Like, it's probably like not dangerous in a way where like if you don't get treated, you like die or some shit. But like, it's definitely something where like doctors help you. You don't need to suffer under this. Okay, and it might be something, and it's probably something where you can't just grab a lotion, use that lotion every day, and that's how you're gonna help yourself. Because if that's the degree to which your skin is dry, you might actually need like medicated lotion or actual medicine and like stuff like this. So please go to a doctor with that. And tell them that it hurts, that it sometimes like cracked open and was bleeding even, that you don't want to put on hoodies and stuff like this because it always hurts. Tell them that it has been every winter so far like this and that you're fine in summer. It never goes away fully, not even in summer. But if I use lotion, it also never good, but it's a lot. I mean, yeah, sure. Go see a doctor, please. But like it could like, so there's a lot of things it could be, right? This being an extreme like this, it could mean you have a bigger health issue. It doesn't need to, but it could be. It can also just mean that, yeah, you have like eczema, you haven't, like, they weren't treated so far, and you need like heavy creams or like special creams, any type of lotion with like maybe like especially good ingredients, stuff like this. But because we can't help you from here, right? And this is definitely something which isn't normal. My skin never hurts in winter, and I think the skin of probably nobody else in this chat even does, you know? So yeah, go to a doctor. And oh my god, Struna, that's not even how that works, but anyways. Well, you don't need to run, but like go after work, you know? Because yeah, you don't need to, like, at the very least, they're gonna help you to the point that you don't need to suffer under this. And it might take a few weeks to actually get to the point where it's like fully sort of like treated, but it probably more so will take like a week or two, maybe. Like if it's just eczema, like they give you like some like prescribed lotions or creams. You will probably use them like every day, maybe even multiple times. And then it's probably gonna be gone like pretty quick. It could be a thing which is which is not like treated and it goes away. So it can be a thing where you like need to do that like for your entire life every day, but you at least like avoid the pain and it won't hurt at all. So definitely go check out that doctor, because this can also, because I imagine if you say like if it hurts if you put on hoodies, it probably also hurts to lay in bed maybe. So this could actually relate to your insomnia as well, right? Also just having pain the entire time is really upsetting to our nervous system. So the fact, like, if your insomnia is, for example, worse in winter than in summer, wouldn't surprise me. Would actually fit the bill very well. No. My wife got a genetic test and found this filaggrin gene mutation is a genetic change that can lead to a deficiency in the filaggrin protein, which is crucial for skin barrier function. Yeah. Something like this is really annoying. Actually, by the way, I was at the allergy appointment. I actually do not have, so they thought I might have some yeah, so they thought I have lichen sclerosis. Do not look it up. It doesn't look pretty, okay? But yeah, so I don't have that. Because so they thought like it might be like the beginning state like thing of that. I was at a dermatologist. They made this allergy test, and since I'm now confirmed allergic to this washing perfume, and that like hand soap thing, we now know that it's probably just been like an allergic reaction to that, because I washed everything with that. So now I rewashed all of my bullshit, and now I actually don't need to use the cream anymore, because I had to use like some specific cream for eczema as well, and I had to use it like every day, and it was really annoying to me. But yeah, so now don't need to use that anymore probably, and it's probably fixed, hopefully. Do I believe in astrology? I guess really depends on like how you specify it, but in the, I guess, like TikTok modern term of it, no. Which perfume? Washing perfume. Like there's a laundry perfume, like laundry detergent, and then you have that thing which makes your laundry like soft, which also already smells, and then you have a different thing which is actually only for the smell. And that thing only for the smell had like this benzioleolen, whatever, kind of, I don't know. And I'm allergic to that, so yeah. Also, allergy test doesn't always pick up an intolerance. Oh, it was like one of those like skin irritation allergy tests. So it's not one for digestion, or yeah. So I could still probably like maybe or maybe not like eat all of those things, but I know that like I'm allergic to them like on my skin. Like that's the only thing I know. So we only tested like detergents and stuff like this. So yeah, nothing like cats, dogs, foods, stuff like this. Yeah. But yeah, with foods it's like annoying anyways, right? Because you need to actually like test it out for like 6 weeks or something on your own. That's why I never like tried food intolerances, because I'm like, who has the time for this? But yeah, really annoying. TikTok is banned in your country. Oh, which country I live in? Hi Fluffy, welcome, welcome. I'm from India. Oh, TikTok is banned in India? Damn, didn't even know. I heard nothing about this. But interesting. I do have to say, I feel like TikTok might be better than Instagram. but I'm not sure about that one. All the popular Chinese apps are banned here. Which popular Chinese apps are there apart from TikTok, actually? But interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so how do you like? Do you have a more specific question than do you believe in astrology? CapCut and PubGem. Okay, PubGem, I actually have no clue what that is. Isn't CapCut only like a video editing software? I didn't know it's Chinese. I actually used it, it's not that bad. But yeah. Did you know that actually Temu, that's like this like sort of like AliExpress Chinese like Shein essentially. Temu has there's like a class action suit or something against them because they actually abuse the data of their clients or something. I just heard it, so I'm not sure about this. That's why I'm saying, like, does anybody else know? But I just know there's some like lawsuit against them, sort of like trying to find that out. Lol. Interesting. I gotta say, in a weird way, I think TikTok less addicting than Instagram. Because it's usually just videos of people. And Instagram, I get more quotes because there's like more posts with like text. So like my algorithm is like more, I guess I'm more informational on Instagram. So I have a lot of like activism pages and knowledge pages. So then I have these like posts where there's like it's about a study or something, and then I get actually like sort of like hooked on it. But if it's just TikTok, it's like I don't know, like the next video comes of a person talking 5 minutes, and yeah, I'm closing the app. It's fine. I don't know. They have a mint mode? Ooh, wait. On TikTok or on Instagram? I'm just tired of these 15-second video infinite scroll. I actually don't have these. Oh, I have like 3%. So my first video is 1 minute. This one is 1 minute 25. This one, 1 minute 4. 2 minutes 42. Pictures. I think this one is short. 1 minute 37. Some stream. Another ad. I think this one is short. 49 seconds. Some ad. 2 minutes 38. Some ad. 3 minutes 39. 5 minutes 23. Some ad. I think this is short. 42 seconds. Some ad. 47 seconds. Some stream. This is an ad. This is short, I think, because I can't skip. Photos, some ad. This is that short? Doesn't look like it should. No, it is short. Okay. 6 minutes 49. I actually don't have any 15 seconds ones. So what is that mint mode and where can I find it? Settings and privacy. Yeah. Anyways, only have 3%. Yeah. Yeah, so like I actually like I don't know, like on TikTok I feel like the videos have gotten like I don't know, maybe it's just the algorithm for me. But yeah, the videos I get are usually like really not bad. And they're not like because it's usually just like people talking, they're not as edited as like Instagram videos, I think. I feel like Instagram is more like for the looks than TikTok. Or like at least my TikTok algorithm it is that way. Yeah, this one is like a 15-second video or whatever. Okay, my phone is turning off. But yeah. What I really like on TikTok actually is, and also on Instagram, I have that on all my social media apps actually, can only recommend. I have like there's like, you can put like a screen limit, or a timer sort of like for like how long you want to be in the app. You can also actually like if you, I don't know how that works on Android, but in Apple you can also like set a screen limit for like specific apps in your settings. And I have 10 minutes for all social media ads I have. So on Instagram, it's like after 10 minutes from my phone and from Instagram, there's like the screen is being blocked and I need to like specifically like click I want to continue. And then I need to click how long I want to continue, because I can say like 1 minute longer, 5 minutes longer, 50 minutes longer, or like don't bother me for the day anymore with this. But then I still have the one from Instagram itself. So then I also need to click like it's like fine from them. And because it's like a bit buggy, I don't have sound for like the next 30 seconds after clicking that. So really staying on the app longer than 10 minutes is like worth 10 clicks and 30 seconds of silence. So it's really unusual that you stay if you don't actually want to do something. And with TikTok, I have that it's like after 10 minutes, it's reminding me. And I think after 20 minutes, like if it's the second time reminding me, it actually asks me to put in like a number code. It's like only like 1, 2, 3, but I need to put in the numbers and like say okay. So that's also like, I don't know, like 5, 6 clicks or something. But yeah, like I just think like with TikTok, I can like stop way easier than with Instagram. Yeah. Because yeah, usually like it's really the science posts which are keeping me longer. So I don't know, on Instagram there's like so many posts about like some studies and stuff like this, and then I'm caught. Like if you give me like a nice slide presentation about a study I haven't heard about yet, with like properly citing the numbers and everything, ooh, I'm caught. But if you just like ramble about your day or make like some like fashionista whatever, I'm like, okay, bye. I have better stuff to do. But yeah, so that's like sort of how this like infinite scroll is not really a thing. Their post, and that's in it that way was much better for social media. Yeah. I actually think that would be nicer as well. Like that you basically like you see nothing per default. Or like only the thing of your like regions, like regional, local stuff. And then you only like see the stuff of your friends. I definitely agree that would be better, because we also know how social media is actually like specifically like male profiles. It's like really feeding them sexist, misogynistic content. It's like social media, like especially Instagram, is a red pilling men on purpose and like crazy, actually. Like it's really hard to not be shown misogynistic content. It's like you can't really escape it. I'm back, I'm working on. They said it's just a clear dry skin problem with dehydration. You just said drink and put lotion and it should be fine. With that much pain and stuff, okay. So, well, try that. Try it for like a couple weeks. If it doesn't get better or doesn't like properly get better and normal, go to them again. I mean, we know they've been like more like unhelpful and unmotivated recently, right? So Try it, see if it works. If they've been wrong, go there again. It's the ads are really annoying. I think honestly, actually, now that you say it, I think that's actually a thing why I stop TikTok easier. Because every few videos there's an ad, and then I'm annoyed and I close TikTok. Because on Instagram you see less ads. Yeah, buy yourself like proper lotion. Yeah. Instagram doesn't even provide a way we can remove those ads? Oh, yeah. Hmm. What I really like is an app I'm using right now. It's called Locket. You invite all of your friends, and then you can put a widget on your home screen, and you can send each other like pictures. It's like I use it specifically for the people which live like further away from me, and where it's like hard to stay in touch with. Because it's like, I don't know, like I'm a really bad texter, and I also don't think it's like low-key valuable to like inform yourself about each other if you're like so far away from each other. Because there's like nothing the other person can do anyway. But it's still like nice to like sort of stay in touch. So with this app, like you sort of like inform the other people like once in a while like what you're doing. But it's because you can't use a picture from like your gallery, it's like really just like about in the moment pictures. And then it's just like, so today, oh yeah, my phone is off. So today I had from my friend, I got a picture of, I think it's in front of her workplace, where there was like some like Christmas decoration with like a tiny slate. That was kind of cute. And I put a picture of our like Christmas decoration in the living room, like our Christmas tree and stuff. And then a friend of ours put a picture about how he's getting into some type of board game which takes like really long. I have no idea what it is, but yeah. And we put a picture of when we were playing Bomb Busters, which is also a board game, with our friends the other day. And then my sister sent some picture of like nature where they live, because there's like snow and stuff. And I sent a picture of like the one day we had like 1 centimeter of snow here. And my grandma actually also gave my grandma that app, because then like just on the home screen she can like see these pictures. And stay like a bit in the loop and stuff, because I know I'm like really bad to sort of like keep her in the loop. And then she's always like texting me like per private message, per like WhatsApp, like what she's doing. So that's also really nice. And some, actually like one of my friends hasn't been like sending much recently. Gotta bother him. In summer, like one of our friends has been sending us pictures about like going for a morning walk and sort of like making us do it as well. And then I was also like going for a morning walk, sort of inspired by this, also sending a picture. Then my other friend was like sort of like working, and she was working on some type of like exam type thing, like a paper for her like law school. And she then like texted me like images like, oh, still working. And then couple like, I think like, I don't know, a couple of days later, like still working. So yeah, that's like, I don't know, like I really like that app, because it's like you don't need to put any effort in to see those pictures, and you can only like I don't know, you can only actually put like a picture and like a tiny, tiny message, sort of like a title, but that's it. And you see the pictures of everybody, because you only just see the news picture. And then it makes sort of like a monthly recap and stuff like this. So, I don't know, I think that's really cool because you sort of get reminded of each other. Thank you guys. Yeah, I don't have Snapchat since I was like 13 or something. No, that's a lie. I think 15 or something. I have no clue, but I think it was a bit later because with 13, I don't know if I actually already had Snapchat. Might have though. I just know that I had Snapchat for a year, and then I noticed that I get body dysmorphia from all the filters, and then I deleted Snapchat again. I also didn't like the app. It had back then already like so many ads. What's the name of my chair? Oh, it's a new chair we got yesterday actually. It's from IKEA. I don't know the name of it, but it's from IKEA. It's available in black, this brown, and like a sort of like a weird grey beige or something. It's technically not my chair. Technically it's Zek's chair, but Zek is working in the office today, so easy, my chair. And yeah, you're probably only gonna see me in that chair from now on because he's always working when I'm streaming, so. Snapchat is so weird, I think. I don't know, I never liked the way the app works. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't use it. I never really, I guess. Oh, ads? Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Now I can like speak privately to Grumpy Palace Cat. I love you for using my emotes. We all know why Snapchat got big in the first place. Oh, with the like sending like dirty pics and stuff like this, right? That was actually also a thing why I left. That was so weird to me. I think we heard that somebody like took screenshots of that or something. And I have no idea, but there was some shit going on Snapchat. So, well, just didn't use it. I remember back then that actually like some friends were still like, oh, but like, why don't you have it? Like, I have it, like, get it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah. Don't see the value in it. But I also like, I don't think that was wrong because even staying in touch with people was low-key useless and harmful because everybody would use filters, right? So it was just like warping my perception of reality of how people look, and I didn't appreciate that. So I'm really glad that I got off. Later then, these filters came to... sorry, give me a second. Later then, these filters came to Instagram, right? And then I got into, I guess, the second phase of like body dysmorphia. But thankfully, since like I guess like a few years or something, I've been out of that. So really glad about that. Also, like the funny thing is, I'm so out of it now that even though I don't entirely always notice it with like other people using filters, like a lot of the time I do, but I don't know. It's like I notice it, but I'm like, this doesn't look too bad on them. Like, I don't know, it doesn't look like they look like a different person because I don't know them, right? So I just think like, oh, they just have like really big eyes. They're like a pretty lady, you know? And like, oh yeah, I guess the makeup is from the filter or something. And then I used to filter myself and it's like completely warping my face. And I'm like, what the fuck? I look so fucking stupid, bro. So this is yeah, the I guess the experience I have with filters nowadays. I'm just there's like the only filters I do use and I really like them is filters which just clean up the image a little bit. Like they clean up shadows which are sort of like unnecessary and only sort of like come from bad lighting. And they clear up the colors a little bit. Like they make stuff a little bit more saturated, or they, for example, like make the exposure lower. Like I still really like the aesthetic of like low exposed pictures. So that's something I like still use, like that sort of editing. But nothing which is like warping the face or anything. Oh, water. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How are you doing? Filters were always a problem. Yeah, I think it's really like now with AI on top of that, it's like body dysmorphia is getting tough, bro. Free glasses, big glasses in the water for 10 minutes. I still have pictures from back then. I'm gonna do the exercise, but like in a second. I don't know. I now got sort of like caught in the activity of doing half a manicure. Let me see if I actually find some like weird picture from me back then. Okay, that's with my friends. I can't show these. Oh my god, I can't show these. Oh no. Yeah, actually already didn't use Snapchat anymore. Apparently. Damn, I stopped with Snapchat early. I'm kind of proud of myself, Loki. Don't have many. Like, this is normally edited, I think. This doesn't look like Snapchat. Huh? Was my Snapchat face later? Wait. This is Instagram filters. That was already when I was like over with Snapchat, because I was like, oh, cool, filters. But that was on Instagram then. That was my second phase. I was already done with Snapchat at that point. Oh my god, I have